Hey Taurus, it's Heather here with Earth Empress. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be your June 2019 general overall spread. Sorry guys, I almost said connection spread. So please keep in mind guys, with it being general, it's not going to resonate for absolutely every Taurus out there. You know, as always, trust your gut, follow your intuition. There are a ton of amazing readers out there, so feel free to click on one of the links down below. And don't forget to check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign. You know, sometimes I find that I resonate more with my Libra moon or my Cancer ascendant. So, and if you're cross-watching, welcome. You could very well be picking up the energy of the Taurus right now. So I'm just going to do one more little shuffle. Okay. And then we're just going to jump in, guys. We're going to go ahead and get this started. I know you guys have been so patient waiting on the June reads. I really appreciate it. Had a lot going on this summer so far. With my kids being home, things are a little bit more chaotic now, but I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Being a Taurus myself, I like to spend time with family, loved ones, so. Let's see what else we can get for Taurus. So some of you right now are definitely on a journey, cycles. We have the universe, Knight of Cups, the Tower, and the Six of Cups. Okay. So, guys, I say guys, but again, gender fluid like I always say, right? We have the universe and the Knight of Cups. So this is definitely a period of, I don't want to say just starting over, but maybe reconnecting, a cycle that's starting anew. My universe card for me, it indicates cycles. It can be something that's starting out brand new, or it can be something that is coming to an end. Here it feels brand new. It feels like someone's coming in because the cycle wasn't ended. I'm just going to be clear and honest as can be, guys. Because you have the Nine of Cups, and you have the Tower and the Six of Cups. So something's going to happen, some kind of tower moment. And I know we all love those so much, but they're inevitable, guys. We're going to have tower moments in our life at some period. We have this tower moment, and we have the Six of Cups. After an offer of love comes in, Knight of Cups is someone coming in with something. You know, whether it's you deciding you want to start a cycle and head towards something, and it causes the tower moment, and there's a reconnection. Because the Six of Cups for me is, it's a soulmate indicative card, just because it's about, you know, it's about feeling like a kid again. You know, mutual give and take, reciprocity. You have your three, I have my three. We give and take from each other. We give from the free flow. It is a card of, you know, childhood connections. You could be reconnecting with someone from childhood. This could be, you know, it doesn't, I guess, necessarily have to be romantic, but if it's not romantic, this is someone that you had a very deep connection with. I'm just, let's be blunt and honest. You had a very deep connection with this person. This person, you know, makes you feel like a kid again. This is someone that brings out the happiness, the joy within you. If this isn't reconnecting from someone that you've known, this could very well be a past life connection that's finally, it's time. The cycles come. It's time for this, you know, connection to come together. Let's see what else we can get, because this tower is really standing out to me, because the tower moments, they don't always have to be earth-shattering. They don't have to be, you know, all-consuming, groundbreaking. But this one feels big emotionally. It feels like it's cracking your heart open almost, as horrible as that sounds. Sometimes that's a beautiful thing. It feels like it is, like it's cracking you guys open and bringing you out of whatever state, you know, maybe with all the energy going around with, you know, Uranus right now. Expect the unexpected. That's what my whole thing for these next 7 years is expect the unexpected. Because with Uranus in our sign, we do not know any guarantees. Do not have any guarantees. Because Uranus likes to shake things up for us in order to better us. And if it's shaking things up and it's making you feel like a kid again, I feel like it's for your betterment. Let's see what else we can get. What else can we get for Taurus? I feel like you guys have definitely been in a period of lack emotionally, you know, not just financially. Five of Pentacles, the Pentacles are always, I mean, clearly they're Pentacles, but it's more than anything, this Five of Pentacles is feeling left out, feeling lack, feeling like you have no one, like you're just there and you are just existing. And as bad as that sounds, guys, that's, I mean, we all go through that period. We all go through that state of lack in order to move forward and release things, right? So the Seven of Pentacles on the Five of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is taking stock. It is sitting back. It is observing the hard work you've put in, what you've built, where you put your energy, where you're headed. It's looking at where you've been, where you're at, and where you're going. With this Five of Pentacles, I feel like you guys are definitely looking back on situations that caused you to feel like you were in a state of lack. Whether it was connections, you know, it's falling under the Knight of Cups. For me, it's very important to look at the story the cards are telling. And with it falling under there, and she's looking up in this card. I don't know if you can really see it, but she's looking up at this Knight of Cups. So it's like you guys are wanting to find hope and love. You're wanting to find connections. You're wanting to give love. But you've been in this period, or someone has left you in this period of lack where you feel like you were left out, like you couldn't, you weren't worthy of love, you know, and that's not true. I hate when I see that, because, I mean, you guys are worthy of love. Everyone's worthy of love. It might not be the right person. It might not be the right connection. Someone that makes you second guess yourself, doubt yourself, make you feel like you're not enough. Those aren't the connections you want to be in. Those aren't the connections you want to build your life on, your foundation on, your future on. So it's good. I mean, Ten of Swords under the Tower. You're ending those cycles. You're ending that state of lack, which is beautiful, because it's time, guys. You do not need to stay in that state. You're releasing something. I mean, you could very well be releasing a King of Swords, which is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And again, it can be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. You could be releasing and cutting a cycle to an end with a King of Swords. But you could also be releasing cycles and starting to embrace this more, you know, mercurial energy where you are just cutting out all the shit that doesn't serve you anymore. And you're standing in your power, you're speaking your truth, you're holding strong to it, and you're not going to put up with anyone's shit. And that is phenomenal, Taurus. Well done. I love that. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to do what's right for your soul. You know, you can connect with people, you can love people, you can be genuinely good to people. And at the end of the day, you still have the ability to say, no, that's not for me. No, this doesn't fit for me. It doesn't mean you're denoting anyone. It doesn't mean you're judging, anything like that. It just means that if it's not for you, it's not for you. You don't have to try to force things. So let's see what else we can get. Taurus for June. What else can we get for Taurus for June? So we have Three of Wands. So yeah, you guys are... Ten of Cups. I love that card. That's a beautiful card. What else can we get for Taurus for June? Oh, okay. Yes, I feel like some of you are definitely walking away from a King of Swords. This Eight of Cups falling underneath that energy. I feel like it's because, you know, the Six of Cups, if it's not particularly a connection with someone, I'm just going to throw this out there because it just hit me. The Six of Cups is about healing and loving yourself. It's about healing yourself and loving yourself enough and taking stock and deciding you don't want to feel like this ever again. And then making a decision to leave things behind in order to bring greater things and abundance and happiness and joy and love into your life. So some of you could be healing. You know, you have like a tower moment, an epiphany, and you're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to stay in this state. I'm going to find love that is mutual and is giving and is kind and is generous and, you know, is supportive and loves me for who I am now versus who they want me to be or, you know, what they want me to be or what they want me to achieve. There's so many people that are stuck in the 3D based living right now. And a lot of people are being enlightened, but at the end of the day, being with someone that makes you feel like you lack more than you give or have or, embody, that's not going to bring happiness or abundance towards you at all. That's just going to bring in, honestly, more lack, more misery, more depression, more anxiety. It's going to bring more of that in. And we don't want that. We're releasing that shit. We're 10 of Swords-ing it, like I always say. Whenever I release something, I'm like, 10 of Swords, done. We're done with this. We have 3 of Wands, 10 of Cups. So you guys making a decision, sitting back, deciding what do you want. And the 10 of Cups, fulfillment. You want emotional fulfillment. You want this, the Pentacles is about the happy home. It's about my white picket fence. Well, the 10 of Cups is how you feel when you're in the happy home. It's that feeling of fulfillment, of genuine love, of happiness, of joy, of almost euphoria, because you're just so excited about the future and what you're building, and you feel so loved and so cared for, and that is phenomenal after a period of lack, because you went from the 5 of Pentacles to 10 of Cups. So you guys are getting real and really deciding where you want to head, what direction you need to head in order to fulfill yourself and find something that's fulfilling. And then as soon as you make that decision, 3 of Wands, you're sitting back, you're deciding, you're thinking about it, you figure out what you want, your happiness. Wheel of Fortune and the 8 of Cups. So, Wheel of Fortune is the period where the universe says, aha, okay, you're getting on board. This is awesome. Let's get these wheels turning. Let's get these things moving in order to bring in more of what you're putting out. And then the 8 of Cups. So, because you're leaving the state of confusion, exhaustion, frustration, you are finally deciding to get the wheel turning forward. You're not stagnant. You're not stuck. You're not in lack. You're moving forward, which is beautiful. It's fantastic. The 8 of Cups is a very hard card. Don't get me wrong. It is a very, very deep, it's a lot of the times it's a card of divorce. For me, combined with the other cards. I'm not saying someone's getting divorced here. I'm just saying that 8 of Cups is when you energetically, with your soul, have checked out. Doesn't have to be physical, but you've checked out. You've checked out emotionally, and at that point, things kind of change. And usually that's when things change, things end, and the cycle begins again. Well, because you're finally making the decision to do that, whether it's energetically or physically, the wheel's turning and things are changing. So what else can we get for Taurus? Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. Having a lot of options on the table when it comes to your abundance, your future. What do you want? You sitting thinking about those options, those choices. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be with? What are you going to build? That's phenomenal. 2 of Pentacles. Okay. So that's finding balance within yourself, within the connection. With this 10 of Pentacles, it's like, okay, you're ready to juggle. You're ready to make this happiness happen. You're ready to make this 10 of Pentacles, this 10 of Cups happen. And it's after, okay, so we have an Emperor and we have 5 of Swords. So the Emperor is the divine masculine. And then the 5 of Swords, I mean, it can speak of like selfish victory. But for me, it's also a card about guilt. Feeling guilty. Whether it was the way things happen or feeling guilty for leaving things behind. Feeling guilty for, the Emperor here is building its CEO. It's my leadership. It's my divine masculine taking control naturally. When they're embodied in their power. Masculines are very take charge and courageous and leading, and it's just a natural thing for them. They're not forcing, they're not aggressive, they're not pushing. They're just being, and they just get things handed to them, and they just take charge. It's my CEO card. Entrepreneur. So maybe some of you are leaving behind a period of guilt. Maybe for a while, some of you felt guilty, like you didn't want to step into your potential. You didn't want to move forward in the masculine element for you. You didn't want to take this leadership, or you felt guilty maybe because of the way You left things behind. And I mean, really, guys, if it's for your betterment, sometimes you have to leave things behind in order to grow, unfortunately. So what are we guilty? What are we feeling guilty? 10 of Wands, yeah. You're 5 of Swords, and you're feeling guilty because you left things behind. Because you laid down burdens that weren't yours. And I understand the feeling of it. I've been there too. But you finally get to a point where you realize that your happiness is completely worth it. And if you're making decisions based off your soul and what's best for you and your heart and your calling and your purpose and your path, then, you know, you are going to get to a period where you leave things behind and you release the guilt. Because at the end of the day, if it's not serving your soul, it's not for you. You know, as much as you want to. And, you know, Tauruses, we have a tendency to stay loyal to people because it's in our nature. We want to help people. We want to nurture. We want to build people up. But if you're in connections that aren't building you up, that's not going to serve your soul. You're not doing yourself service. You're not, you know, doing yourself justice here. So it's about moving forward and releasing things and finally releasing guilt over it. Which is phenomenal because, I mean, you guys have 10 of Pentacles here. You have 3 tens. You have 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Cycles ending, reaching, you know, fruition with certain things, the culmination, hard work you've put in, balancing things out, having so many options on the table and, you know, getting to decide. I mean, 7 of Cups. You know, it's a card of dreaming. You know, for me, this is screaming dream big because you have so many options possible with that and the 10 of Pentacles. You know, it's and then the 2 of Pentacles, you're balancing. You're finding balance within yourself to do these things. Maybe you're balancing out your more masculine energy and you're standing in your power because you know that you can take charge. You know that you can take control. You know that you can do these things and reach this abundance. But it's about doing so guilt-free and releasing burdens or releasing karmic things or releasing old ties in order to get there. And you'll get there. I feel like you guys wholeheartedly will get there and you're going to reach this period and it's going to feel amazing. So what animal medicine energy can we get? Yeah. You guys are in the elephant period right now. You guys are. It's knowing that you have all of the power within yourself. You can see the third eye's lit up and you can see the power they hold in their hand. Your connection with Source, with Spirit right now is really highlighted because it's like you feel divinely guided and you know that you have everything you need. It's about making the choice and taking the steps to move forward into the power, accepting the power. Frog. I love this card. It's a beautiful card. It's a card of healing. So I feel like you guys are releasing some karmic things or conditioning, childhood things. I mean, obviously some kind of connections, but because you're healing, you're starting to cleanse, you're starting to heal, you're purging, and because of that, you're realizing that it's okay to take these steps forward. It's okay to have success. It's okay to have this power because you're not going to abuse it. You know, it's coming from a place of your highest self, your spiritual self. You know, it's in alignment with who you are, your soul. Take the power. Take the power because it's for you. It's for you for a purpose. You don't know. The power that you're being handed, the purpose that you're stepping into, it may be there to change people's lives and you're not even aware yet. Take the first step. That's all you can do is take it one step at a time and move forward with it. So what universal messages can we get? Oh, I'm not going to take all those, clearly. Energy flows where my intentions go. I was just talking about this. If you're in a state of lack, you're bringing in more lack. When you finally let go and release things that don't fulfill you, and you embody this self-love, this compassion, this joy, this genuine love and well-being in yourself, that's what you're going to bring in more of. You know, again, where your intentions go, that's where it's going to flow. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Again, there's this quote that always sticks with me, and it says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it's true. I'm sorry. It's true. Everyone has things that are insurmountable. They go through trauma. They go through, I mean, I say that. Maybe not everyone, but most spiritually enlightened people do. And they reach this point where they finally realize, what's going on around me. Sometimes I can't change it, but I can change me. I can change me. And maybe by changing myself and by embodying more love and more care, more kindness, what I project out is what's going to come back to me. And I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect, but you'll find that a lot of the times when you internally get content and you feel fulfilled in yourself, you don't really give a shit. I mean, I'm just saying, you don't really give a shit when it comes to the outer things. Your internal is what is important to you. This is what's going to guide you and lead you down your path. So get in tune. The more you take time to tune in, the more you get in tune with yourself. And don't be afraid to heal. Don't be afraid to take the power. Don't be afraid to step up into your power, because this is a heavy period of abundance, of joy, of fulfillment for you guys. This is something that's destined. The universe is a cycle card. You have Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo energy. King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Sorry guys. Emperor is Aries energy. I really feel like sometimes I feel like it's Pentacles energy too, so like Capricorn too, because, they're very much masculine. We have Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, we have Pentacles, Wands, so it really have everything on the table, guys. So, alright, well, that's going to be it for your June 2019 read. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the month, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Love and light.